Hello guys, today I'm going to be teaching you about limits of accuracy and to know how this applies better into our lives and how we can use this. Imagine you're trying to borrow or someone is trying to borrow money from you and they say, oh, I have problems, I need this, but I will just need $112 or I need $27. That's too specific and too weird. That's why we need the limits of accuracy. Sometimes we need to round off or round up. And that is essentially what limits of accuracy is. Now, if you look over here, that's what we are doing, limits of accuracy. And right now I've written on the board, rounding off to the nearest 10. What does it mean when you're saying rounding off to the nearest 10? Like I said, these are some of the weird numbers, which is just specific. They're too specific. So this is a way to generalize these numbers such that it does not become too specific, but it becomes a bit more well-rounded. I guess it's in the word round. Well-rounded, a rounded number. Some of the rounded numbers that you can think of are probably tens, hundreds, and then five sometimes. So that is what we mean when we say rounded numbers. Now, here we have 24, 55, 96, and 26. 24 is, so we need to make sure, let's see how we can round off 24 to the nearest 10. So rounding off 24 to the nearest 10, first thing you need to do is the rules of rounding off to the nearest 10. Anything that is between, let's say, ones. Let's deal with our ones. Before we get to 10, we deal with ones. So this is a 1, supposed to be a 1. 1 to 10. So between 1 and 10, we have 1, and the midpoint being 5 and 10. Okay, so between 0 and 5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Between 5 and 10, we have 6, 7, 8, 9. So now, when anything is in this upper section, you just round it off to the nearest 10. If anything is in this lower section, you round it down to 0. I can illustrate. So if we have 24, we want to round it off to the nearest tens. So if you remember from place value, these are our tens. 2 is our tens. So now if 2 is our tens, we look behind 2, which is the ones which make up the tens. And we're trying to evaluate to see whether the ones are closer to 10 or are they closer to 0. And based off this, they are closer to 0, right? So this is rounded back to 20. We put a 0 there. We don't add any tens because it's closer to 0. So if you, in essence, what we are saying is 24 here, right? 24, is it closer to 20 or is it closer to 30? So instead of saying I need $24, is it more reasonable to say I need $30 or is it more reasonable to say I need $20? Which one is closer? So of course, you need 24 because why are you going to get the 4? But anyway, it's fine. According to maths, it's more reasonable to say I need $20 because 24 is closer to 20 and it's below the threshold, the 5, the midpoint, right? Now, you're probably asking yourself, what about if the units or the ones are equal to 5? And I'm here to explain how we can do that. So that's why my friend here, 55, is here. So 55 is right in the middle between 60 and 50. So what to do here, because it's right in the middle, I do not know it's equally close to 0 as it's closer to 60. So what do we do here? Well, the simple answer is just whenever it's 5, you round it up. Okay, so whenever it's 5, so it's from 5 to 10, you round up. So it's 5. So this is clearly going to be equal to, I'm sorry, I'm rubbing the board with my hands. Well, anyway, it's going to be equal to 60. So let's double back and complete. This one rounds up to 20 because 4 is closer to 0 than it is to 10. So we do not add a 10 there. So, but this one, 5 is closer, according to us, 5 is closer to 10. So we will have to round it up. And meaning, if we round it up, we will round it up to 10. 10 cannot be there. So according to place value, if we round it up to 10, we add the 10 to the 10s, which is now going to be 6. And this is going to be, so the next 10 is a 60. And then we come down here and we say 96 over there. 6 is closer. Is it closer to 10 or is it closer to 0? So where is 5? 5 is right here. 5 is behind, so that means 6 is closer to 10. This rounds up. If it rounds up and you're asking, oh, we have a 9 there, what are we going to do? We'll still add a 10 there. If we add a 10 to 9, what do we get? We get 10, and then that 10 goes to the hundreds, and now it's a 100. So we add 1 to 100, and that is that. So if you have any questions, please ask. I hope you can see the board properly. Now, 26. Do you want to guess? Do you want to guess what 26 rounds up to? Exactly, 30. And the clue, I kind of gave you a clue there when I said rounds up to. So, do you have to thank me? Probably. But anyway, let's move on.